once or twice, I think. But
Once or
yeah, for the
twice.
most part,
Oh,
he
gosh.
likes that mid-range kind of but board control-y style. So
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see it here. He's famous for his druid, and it looks like he's breaking out the
not
shaman first
playing
here.
druid first.
I know. Chakki's playing
Sacrilege.
druid. Oh my gosh. It's like,
What
what
is
is going
this?
on today? Serious
We're in
metagame.
the wow. I don't even know. We're in an alternate dimension or something.
Totally. Oh my gosh.
All
Okay,
right.
so it looks like Chakki draws an innervate. That's definitely gonna be a great start for any druid here. And StrifeCro he has an Argent Squire, pretty good start too.
Yeah, he's definitely got a pretty good start as well.
Yeah, it's a
Chakki
great
might
start.
even go innervate out this Harvest Golem, and if he does, StrifeCro actually has a pretty perfect answer. You can
I
just
think
go
he'll.
Lightning Bolt and hit the 2/1. It does
Yeah.
overload him on turn 3, but yeah, you can still totem.
You don't see the innervate Harvest Golem too often these days. I think people like to wait, or there's just so many answers for the Harvest Golem these days that people. I mean, it's not as much value as it once was.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Right, he's
That's
thinking
definitely
about it though.
true.
He's definitely thinking.
Yeah,
Okay, so he
I
opts for
mean,
the
it's
Ancient
something
Watcher.
to consider.
Yeah.
That's actually an interesting play. Hmm.
Okay, do you like it? You
That's
like it, or
I kind of like that play. I mean, he gives himself a chance to draw the silence next turn, and he can innervate out the silence. Even if he doesn't, he has really good turn 2 and 3 plays in
yeah,
Sun Fury Protector first, and then the Harvest Golem on 3.
yeah.
And you know, StrifeCro has to be looking at that and thinking, "Hey, is he gonna just silence that next turn and start beating?" You know, it makes it a lot harder for him to just throw down like a Flame Tongue in this situation if he were to do that.
Yeah, that's true. And Ancient Watcher kind of gives away as to what kind of druid this is. This is not a ramp druid, you know, not a Gara ramp druid or even a token druid. So this is the standard Ancient Watcher druid, which was super popular a couple seasons ago. It's always been just strong. I mean, it just has this baseline strength that's been good for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, double innervate, but there's nothing to innervate to, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
the
rough.
problem. He's doesn't really have anything to ramp into. I'm sure he would love to draw like an Ancient of Lore or something in the next turn or so, but yeah, pretty much all he has is that Sun Fury Protector, and you know that 4/5 is very easily going to be killed by, you know, probably a Lightning Bolt or a Rock Biter weapon, or actually even better for StrifeCro in this case, the Flame Tongue Totem.
Wow, he's got two pair, man.
Yeah.
Can use
You should throw
whichever
back
he
the
wants.
Feral Spirits to see if he can get a full
Yeah,
house, though.
exactly, exactly.
We might need some Lore Walker Show shenanigans for that.
That's true. That's true. Or we could be playing arena now, but okay. It looks like he's just trying to decide whether.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty clear
yeah,
turn.
yeah. I think it's a
I
pretty
mean,
clear turn too.
Just throw down the Flame Tongue Totem, kill the 4/5, and then bolt the 2/3. You're not overloading yourself from playing anything important next turn. You clear out his board, and you have just a monster board advantage.
Chakki is sitting on swipe, so he will have at least somewhat of an answer for board clear. If he draws like a Thalanos, which I believe. He can use the innervate, double innervate, in fact, to get to the Ancient Lore and draw two different
Yeah.
cards.
Although the question is whether he actually does it.
You don't think he will?
I
Do you
mean,
think he'll
it's
play the
not a
Harvest?
great use of the innervates. He could just Harvest Golem here and then plan on swiping next turn, and then turn 5 innervate out that Ancient of Lore. But
Talk a little bit about why it isn't such a great innervate, because a lot of people generally would say, "Oh man, if I can get an Ancient of Lore down and turn 3, I should do it no matter what."
yeah, I mean, it's not a bad innervate, but StrifeCro. I mean, obviously Shaman has all of the 3 damage spells in Rock Biter and Lightning Bolt. But
Right.
I mean, if StrifeCro just like rolled a totem on this turn and got a taunt, then he's looking at having to run the Ancient into the taunt, and then it's just gonna die to that Squire.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it looks like he is just going to die to the Squire here with a Flame Tongue Totem play. if he wants.
Yeah, he might not do that. Although
Yeah.
they do buff themselves, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it would actually give that Flame Tongue a swing, which it normally wouldn't.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, though. He also has the option of Feral Spirits. He's kind of a little bit out of order here. He can't really just throw down the Unbound Elemental, because Chakki can clear really, really favorably. But at the same time, he kind of wants to get that thing going before the Feral Spirits, and before the Lightning Bolt as well.
That's a good point. He's going to have a double turn 3 here if he throws down the Feral Spirit, which could be pretty tough. I mean, Feral Spirit stuff... Whoa, okay, so he goes ahead and makes sure he gets the value from the 3 damage from the Squire
that's
there.
Smart, too.
Yeah, it is smart.
It basically saves him a Lightning Bolt if Chakki has a swipe.
Yeah, not to mention, it's a druid, right? He has Wrath, he has Swipe, so that damage could have gone to it.
Although I think a Keeper of the Grove would probably silence the Flame Tongue.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very, very smart move by StrifeCro. And one of the things that you don't really see that much outside of the very top levels.
All right, so Chakki's got some choices here. I think he's thinking about. He only got 4, so he can either just play for some board, establishing the board with the Yeti, and removing one of these guys, just one of these Spirit Wolves here, or he could just go ahead and swipe. Which I don't know. I don't think this is a great turn to swipe either. But a Wrath would obviously remove one of them too. So what would you do here? Actually,
he's kind of in an awkward spot. I think you either. I think you just want to use all your mana, so either swipe or you Yeti, because next turn you can go Golem and Wrath as well. And it looks like he's just going to take out all the wolves. It's kind of an awkward spot, but.
So why did he opt for the swipe versus the Wrath? I mean, he could have removed all the wolves with the Wrath too.
Just for mana reasons, because if.
Okay, I can see that.
If you use a swipe, or if you use the Wrath instead and just hero powered, then on turn 5 he's looking at playing just 1 card again, and it's just a little bit awkward for him.
All right, so Chakki, a little bit of an awkward turn again. I think he'd like to get the Yeti down, but it's just it's not the most efficient turn if he does that. He's got 2 Harvest Golems. He could do that and remove the Flame Tongue Totem, just reducing the Unbound to a 2/4, protecting his Harvest Golem to some extent.
Yeah, he also has the option of just throwing down that BGH. I mean, we know that Shaman doesn't really run that many targets for it.
Yeah, he's going to opt to just remove the Unbound Elemental, take that extra 2 damage from the Flame Tongue, but they should get rid of it.
Yeah, that thing won't really grow. And if it gets big, it's an unsolvable problem for Druid for the most part.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, the Azure Drake's going to draw a card here. Hex, that's definitely a good card, especially against the Druid. Lots of annoying targets like the Druid of the Claw and even Yeti. I mean, those can be really, really difficult for him to remove. Chakki's got the Force of Nature now, so if he draws a Savage Roar, he's going to have that rangy finish that this deck... makes his deck so powerful. It was already powerful before, and then they added the Force of Nature and Savage Roar, which made it even more powerful when you guys were in Fight Night. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was definitely a strong innovation that got added, kind of around Test Season 2.
Yeah.
But the double Harvest Golem, I think, here is pretty good. I think Chakki didn't really want to see that Force of Nature. I think would have rather had like another minion of some kind, just because like right now he's not looking at killing StrifeCro anytime soon. So having that combo isn't really that important. Something like an Azure Drake or even just like another Yeti or a Keeper would have been, I think, much more preferable for him.
Okay, so StrifeCro's got some choices here. The Harvest Golem's kind of annoying for him because it's not going to be the easiest thing to completely remove each of these Harvest Golems, even though they're not that big of threats on the board. The obvious choice is like playing like a fire elemental, but I'm thinking, you think he's going to play flame tongue? What do you think is the best choice here?
I don't think you play Flame Tongue,
Okay.
but I mean, you could just go like Fire Elemental, kill one of the golems,
Yeah.
Rock Biter, kill another golem, and then hit for 6, which... yeah, it looks kind of like what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's pretty much what he's doing here. So he
And
just removes
he does correctly kill the damaged golem to remove 2 power from Chakki's board, rather than killing both of the 2/3s and leaving him with two
Yeah.
power guys.
The problem with the fire elementals is it does give a BGH a target, which Chakki's going to end up removing the fire elemental with it. He's going to remove the flame tongue totem and throw down that Yeti. It's looking pretty good at this point.
Yeah, that was kind of fortuitous for Stripe or for Chakki. I mean, like I said, BGH doesn't generally have that many targets, and I was saying he could have just thrown it down a couple turns ago as a 4/2 body, but as it turns out, the Flame Tongue Totem buffed to Fire Elemental, and BGH found some game to hunt.
Okay, so Stripe's trying to figure out best play here. He just drew an Argus. Argus is going to be pretty good here. He's going to be able to remove the BGH and remove the Yeti too. So pretty even board at this point. Oh, actually, no. He's going to be... Is he going to remove the Golem? Nope, he's going to keep the Golem on the board here. So Strife looking pretty strong there with the 5/1. Still a very ominous 5/1 here.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Both of them are kind of running out really low on cards. I mean, Chakki's able to not. I guess he actually does clear board here.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, if they're both running low on cards, who do you think has the advantage, the Druid or the Shaman?
Normally I would think Druid, just because I think its plays are a little bit bigger. I mean, it's got Ancients of Lore, it's got, obviously we see the Argent Commander, stuff like that. It is a little hard to say, because StrifeCro also has the Life Lead, which you can't really discount. And that's kind of something you have to just, like, well, if he's running Alakir or Wind Fury or something, that could end the game very, very quickly. So,
all right, so
I
looks
think
like
that I would say that StrifeCro has a slight disadvantage here, but again, boards are getting cleared, and like that Doomhammer is going to eat a lot of things and deal a lot of damage.
Okay, well, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and you know, both guys, they got their finishers. StrifeCro's got the Doomhammer. Chakki's got the combo with the Force of Nature and Savage Roar, which equals 14. You know, sometimes you can add that Claw, get that 16 in there. But this is going to be really tight. I'm thinking this is going to be a really close finish here. All right, so he's going to throw down the Sun Fury Protector, and then there goes Hero Power. Okay, what does Strife need to draw here? Oh, that's a nice draw. Argent Commander. Okay, well, let's see. StrifeCro. He could just play his entire hand here if he really wanted, but I think he's probably gonna. He might hold on to that Flame Tongue. Nope, he opts to go ahead and play the Flame Tongue Totem there. He's just gonna go remove the. He's gonna just remove with his Argus and keep the bubble on his Argent Commander, just so it makes it even more difficult for the Druid to remove it. Okay, Chakki looking at really low health total here, and he is so close to lethal here. It's got to be killing him that he's not able to do it, but I think he's going to have to use the Force of Nature here to clear the board. Force of Nature and maybe even a Savage Roar to at least part of it to clear some of this board, right. And then maybe finish some there. Look at this board, Gabe. It's pretty crazy.
Wow, that's yeah, that's a board. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Chakki, he has to use this Force of Nature just for board clear.
Yep.
And
I mean, if he uses it, he can actually remove both the minions outside of the Flame Tongue totem.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to use a Savage Roar.
Nope.
He can go something like Force of Nature, clear both of the minions with power, and then silence the Flame Tongue totem. I think that's probably a little bit better than just Force Savage and killing everything.
Yeah, no, I agree. Getting that minion on the board, just really, just really taking the effects of the Flame Tongue totem away too, I think is going to be beneficial to him. It's going to be tough. He's still going to be within lethal range in 2 turns. Like, he might not die this next turn, but he's still going to be in pretty big trouble the turn after.
I'm kind of thinking about it, and I think I would have preferred to see hero power there.
Yeah,
Just because,
I would too.
Yeah, it puts him out of range of
It would have been 2 turns. Yeah, it would have been forced him to 2 turns if he doesn't draw anything. Now he actually can be in lethal range next turn. So that seems to be a bit of a misplay there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it might matter. Actually, it very well could matter. I don't know if StrifeCro just wants to go all in on this Doomhammer though. But
he needed a taunt there, and no taunt there, which is gonna be lethal for StrifeCro. And Chakki concedes, and StrifeCro goes up 1-0. Pretty tight game there. Chakki was with 4 damage, I think, away from lethal with the Savage Roar Force of Nature at the end, but couldn't quite get StrifeCro